And so if there is anyone from D-ville, as I call it fondly, from my childhood, please let me know. For some reason, almost every time I'm with a crowd of people, there's at least one person that's from Douglasville or close by. So I always try to throw that out there to see who I can find. But for those of you who were here before, excuse my repetition, but my name is Amy Kleins. I'm the Director of Admissions here at Georgia Southern University. I am here tonight with two wonderful folks helping out, Krista Cranford, who works in our Office of Admissions. And then our panelist speaker tonight, Ms. Tiffany Williams with our Office of Career, and Professional Development, my voice. We're bringing you tonight some information about supporting your students' internship or job search. So as we're getting near graduation for our seniors, and it certainly is never too early, even for incoming freshmen or first-year students, to start thinking about what next, right, after college. And so Tiffany's going to be able to share some words of wisdom and advice for you to be able to support your students as they're going through their journey after, during and after college. So I'm going to go ahead and advance my screen. Just have a couple of screens here to share with you. Wanted to let you know who we are in case you're not aware. Our Office of New Student and Family Programs is housed within the Office of Undergraduate Admission. And there is an arm of that really focuses on parent and family and trying to provide resources and bring information to all type of supporters that work with students as they navigate their college experience and journey. So we do have a lot to offer. We have an association. It's called the Parent and Family Association. If you're interested in finding out more about it, I'll show you where it is on the website in a moment. But this is just a list of some of the things that we are able to provide. We communicate regularly with supporters that are in the PFA. We do have monthly events that we host. We do share things via social media. We also offer some really fun on-campus opportunities with our family weekends. We have one in the fall in Statesboro, and we have one in the spring on our campus in our Armstrong campus in Savannah, Georgia. And so there's a lot of things that we provide. There's also scholarship opportunities for students whose parents or supporters are part of the Parent and Family Association. So there's also some benefit there too, that your student could be eligible for scholarships. So I also, just on this next slide, we'll show you where you can find more information. If you go to our Parent and Family Programs website, and then you can find that at the very top, actually, of our Georgia Southern page, and that will take you to this website here, and all of our information and contact information is there as well. So we hope that you'll consider that and joining our group of dedicated supporters and providing information so you can help your student be more successful. All right, so I'm gonna hop out of this real quick. So let me stop sharing my screen first. My fellow panelists know that I'm a nervous wreck with Zoom, so I'm trying to do this correctly. But at this time, I did want just to repeat, if you have questions, because we have folks muted with video off, please feel free to drop them in the chat, and we'll be monitoring that throughout our time together, and then we can answer either verbally or type that back in or provide websites if that's needed as well. So at this time, I'm going to hand it over to Tiffany.
Good afternoon. As Dr. Klein said, I am Tiffany Williams with the Office of Career and Professional Development. I am a career and internship advisor in our office, and I serve the College of Arts and Humanities as well as Waters College of Health Professions. You'll see later on in my presentation our two-team approach, which I will again mention that we actually have a career and internship advisor for every college that we serve here at Georgia Southern. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Are you all able to see the presentation?
Yes.
Okay. So today I'm just going to talk a little bit about the resources that we offer within our office for your students here at Georgia Southern. I'm a parent myself of a student that's in college, so I know some of the nervousness you may feel, or just feeling unsure about what's actually going on and what services are there for your child. So if I'm not able to answer a question that you have during my presentation, I'll be happy to answer your question at the end. As they've said before, just drop your questions in the chat and then we'll get to them once I'm done. So as I mentioned, we have a two-team approach in our office. We have our career development team, which I serve on, and we have our employee relations and experiential learning team. So our career development team, we are the ones that work directly with your students. We're doing the one-on-one coaching with them in our offices. We're going out to do presentations in their classes, and anything else that we can do to assist them with their job search process and just the whole career related, the career search process. Our employee relations and experiential learning team, they're the ones that's going out having more direct contact with employers. So they're trying to go out to help find jobs, internships, provide opportunities such as co-ops and different things like that for students. So that's how we work together to ensure that we're serving the best interests of our students here through our office at Georgia Southern. So one of the things that we always talk to students about, even though we provide a variety of services at our office, in our office, one of the main things that we start with is talking to students about beginning with a self-assessment. So I know you want to kind of jump right into knowing about what internship opportunities are out there, what job search or what job opportunities are out there. But the first step that you want to make sure your student is thinking about is, what is it that I'm really interested in? What kind of careers or jobs would be of interest to me? So we usually begin that process by having students to take what's called a focused career assessment. And that's to help them to narrow down their search with their interests as well as careers that they may be interested in, so that they can move further into that process by researching what those career options that they are interested in. We also recommend that students conduct informational interviews with professionals in the field to learn more about the field and to begin the networking process, which is essential during the job search process. So a lot of times, students, parents, or just people in general just don't think about how important networking is in this process. But once they become more aware of what they're interested in, then they'll know how to begin that actual networking process. And that's how you as a parent could help them, because you want to help them think about who are some people we already know within our core group of people that we know, or our circle of friends or family that we can begin to reach out to talk to about these different things. We also offer our Major and Career Exploration Center that we also call the MACE, and that's usually where the students are going to go to take that career assessment, as well as explore other options that may be out there for them. We highly encourage students to obtain internship or co-op experiences while here to assist them with this whole job search and internships process. We offer an internship course that is non-credit for students participating in an internship or a co-op. And so with that, it gives them the opportunity to showcase some internships or co-ops that they've done that may not necessarily be required through their program. And even if it is required, then they can still take this course. We also teach a two credit course, which is GSU 2131. And it's our career exploration course, which just kind of guides students through the whole career exploration process, especially when they're unsure of what they want to do. They have a big project at the end that they'll have to do. They'll have to go out and do some networking. They'll have to meet with some employers to see what are some options that are out there. They'll have to do informational interviews. So it just kind of gets them out there in the field and gets their feet, it kind of get their feet wet in a sense, because they're out there networking, even though it's for a class project. And this sometimes actually turns into job opportunities for students, and they don't even realize that it could turn into that for them. The other course is 2132, which is our professional development seminar. And this centers around the EQI assessment, which is based on emotional intelligence. So it's more about that professional development piece, talking about team building, conflict resolution, just how to do those different things in the workplace. One of the other opportunities we offer for students when it comes to internships is our legislative internship program. It offers students a well-rounded educational opportunity to complement the traditional classroom learning while also immersing them in the unique political, intellectual, and cultural atmosphere of the Georgia State Capitol or Washington, D.C. This experience is for any graduate or undergraduate student seeking practical learning to complement their degree. So the selection for this is very competitive and it's based on academic standing, but your student can definitely apply for this program. And a lot of times students think, oh, I have to want to go into law to do this program. You don't have to want to practice law to do this internship opportunity. And it gives, like we have students, like I said, I serve the College of Arts and Humanities. We have public relations students who will apply to this program, and it gives them the opportunity to practice, to learn more about the field of public relations just in a legislative atmosphere. And then it opens other opportunities for them. Another resource that we offer for students is our internship scholarship program. And this is something that we're very excited about because we know the cost that is associated with trying to do an internship. And there are so many unpaid internship options out there. So it provides scholarships for career-related summer internships. And beginning in summer of 2019, we provided unrestricted awards of up to $3,000 to offset the cost of professional internships that provide minimal or no compensation at all. So I believe our deadline has ended this semester for that summer internship opportunity, but students have the opportunity to do it and they can apply for it before they even have an internship. It's just by the time they have finished the process and before the funds are dispersed, they need to have an internship in place. So when students come to our office and they're like, I don't know I know what I want to do, but I don't know where to begin my search. I don't know how to look for jobs. We begin having a conversation with them about just how to generate job leads. Part of the thing that something that we pride ourselves in our office is the fact that we try to empower students to be able to do this process on their own, so that once they leave our office, they'll feel like they're empowered enough to do it. And once they leave Georgia Southern, they'll have a better idea of how to continue with their job search process. So we all know that the internet provides a wealth of tools available to assist students in generating leads through their search. However, we generally use Handshake and Career Shifts specifically in our office. While we talk to students about other opportunities, we use the Handshake platform as well as Career Shift. So Handshake is one that is more so controlled by us in a sense, because we have employers to reach out to us and say, hey, we are now looking for some teachers for our career or for our child and family development center, for instance. And so with that, we can actually find out more information about that job, talk to the employer to see what their needs are, and then we can put it into the Handshake platform. And the thing that we love about Handshake is the fact that we can kind of control that. And while there are sometimes human error on our end, this provides more of a safe outlet for students to search for jobs, because we actually go to the websites to make sure that they're working. We make sure that these are legit employers. We check phone numbers, all of those things. So when they're using other internet options, they have to, of course, watch out for those spam job listings or internship listings that are there. But with Handshake, again, this is something that is more controlled by us. But there are times where there may be something in there that it may be a little suspicious. And if that's the case, then your student can contact our office and then we'll do the research for it. Career Shift is another platform that students can use to search for internships and jobs. But this is one that is not necessarily as, I don't know if controlled is the right word, but we don't actually have access to Career Shift to check out all of those job opportunities that are there. So of course, if your student is using this platform, as with any other online platform, definitely recommend that they make sure, if they don't feel comfortable submitting any information, to just be careful about that. And they can also contact our office and just say, hey, this is something that I was looking at. Can you kind of walk through this with me and look at it with me? We also offer several career fairs throughout the semester that allow students to connect with employers. That's why it's so important to learn how to network, because while our career fairs may not actually offer um, a, an employer that's coming specific to their major, it doesn't mean that that company doesn't have positions for their major. So I also work with nursing students, for instance. So we may have like let's say a construction company or something like that. They may or may not have a nurse on site, but some companies are now having on-site nurses. So they may be coming to look for construction workers, but your student could be a nursing major and they could go and network with them and talk to them, give them their resume. That person may go to work the next day and find, hey, our nurse just gave us their notice saying that they're leaving. Well, guess what? Your student gave them their resume, and this gives them the opportunity to possibly get a position at that company just because they came to the career fair and they network with that employer. They may also utilize other job board sites such as LinkedIn. LinkedIn is becoming one of the best ways to network and connect with employers. So students there, through the LinkedIn platform, students can join groups and contribute to conversations on the platform. And again, this just provides the opportunity for them to network and possibly find internships and job opportunities there. We also recommend that students join a professional association within their field, as oftentimes there are jobs posted on their sites as well. So whenever your student go to their My Georgia Southern account, or they can go to our website and click on Handshake, from the left side of the screen shows what it looks like whenever they go into Handshake. They'll go under the Student Employment tab, and then they'll click on Handshake. And then the right side kind of shows you what Handshake looks like. Once they go in there, they can look up jobs. They can look up internships in the Handshake platform. Like I said before, they can click on events to find out what career fairs we may have going on. And because of COVID, there are so many virtual career fairs that are taking place now within the Handshake platform. So it may be something that we're not necessarily hosting, but an employer has reached out to us and said that they're interested in hosting I'm sorry, they are interested in hosting a career fair, or they're interested in finding students, then they can actually do that within the platform. And Handshake itself offers virtual career fairs as well. So this is just a great place for students to begin searching for those internships as well as the jobs. And then I just wanted to add this part in because I know that I talked about the whole networking piece, but I wanted to make sure that you all were aware of the fact that many positions may never be advertised. And so while we do want students to be out there looking for internships and jobs through the different websites that are available to them, we want to make sure they realize the importance of networking, because 75 to 80% of positions are found through who you know. And networking is essential to your students' job search. So we encourage them to begin with their current network of family, which I told you in the beginning. That's why it's important for you to make sure you are involved in this process with them, because they may come to you and say, hey, mom or dad or aunt, uncle, grandma, whatever your title is to them, do you know of anyone? I'm looking for a job. Or you could say, hey, I know that this is your job search process and I want to be very supportive in that, but I also want you to take the lead. Have you considered reaching out to this person? So you can just maybe give them some ideas of people that they can reach out to, but still make sure that they are the ones that are taking the lead in this process for themselves. So they can also search with family, friends. They can attend conferences, workshops, or other events that provides opportunities for them to connect with professionals in the field. And they can also research employers of interest and reach out directly to inquire about any possible openings that may be available to them. So I definitely think tapping into the hidden job market is a huge deal. And then a lot of times students don't think about it, but utilizing social media. I know social media can have a really negative aspect to it, but it can also be very positive. So a lot of employers are now posting their jobs on social media. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you're even seeing some people post things on TikTok. So I would definitely suggest that your student begin just trying out some of these different options that I talked about today. Come by our office and talk to us. We can help walk them through this process. One of the other things that we definitely recommend is that your student get their resume together, because you never know when an employer is going to ask you for the resume. So telling them stop by their office, like they're over there, they can assist you with critiquing your resume. They can help you with finding resources to look for jobs. We can help them with mock interviews. So if they don't know an elevator pitch, how to begin that process of networking or reaching out to employers, we can help them through that whole process. Something else that we have that's located on our website is Big Interview that we're now using. And it's a virtual mock interview platform that students could use to just go in and ask themselves some questions. They can see how they look on camera. It will count some of the filler words that they're using. And then if they would like for us to give a review or a critique of that, we can actually do that for them as well. So they just need to make sure they're tapping into all of the resources that are here for them, because it's not just about I want to go out and look for a job. While that's the end goal, we definitely want them thinking about what steps can I take before I actually start searching for my job. So that's definitely making sure you've done that self-assessment of yourself. You're aware of what it is that you want to do, that you have your resume critique, that you do some mock interviews, or either with one of us or doing it on the website, doing some networking, definitely getting involved in those clubs on campus, other organizations, getting involved in community service projects, and just trying to see what else is out there for them. So I know that I quickly kind of went through some of those things. I know that it is late in the evening and some of you may have had to work today. So I didn't want to keep you too long, but if you all have any questions, you can definitely contact our office at the number located on the screen, 912-478-5197. Or you can contact our office by just going to our website. And I have the website on the screen, but I usually tell people the easiest way to search our website is to go to the main Georgia Southern website and just type in career and professional development. And that first link is going to bring you to our office. So did we have any questions in the chat while I was presenting, or is there something that I did not answer that you all were hoping that I would have went through for parents?
Tiffany, there are no questions in the chat. So maybe just give folks a minute or two to see if they come up with any more, but that was great information. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Just out of curiosity, having children that are in college, do they listen to your advice?
Sometimes she does and sometimes she doesn't. She's still in college. She'll be graduating in December. And so one of the things I told her as a freshman was to start going to the career fairs early on, and she did not. And I was like, you can always start an internship early, like even if your program requires one or do not require one. Now, if the child's program require an internship, then I would definitely talk to their internship coordinator to see if they can use it, or to see if they can use it for credit or not, because sometimes it's too early. So if they can't use it for credit for their program, they can still use it to help build their experience, because that is going to be that hands-on experience. But she finally did start listening, and she did visit the career center after I told her to. And she was like, I wished I would have been started doing this. I was like, I told you. I was like, you're just making it harder on yourself by trying to do it on your own when you actually have help. So definitely encourage them to reach out and ask for help. We don't mind at all.
Yeah, great. Yeah, all the things, thinking back what parents and friends tell you when you're younger and what you do and don't listen to. It's always interesting in retrospect.
Right.
So we did get a question. We got a couple of questions. One from Joe is, what % of your students have a job at graduation?
I don't have that information readily available today, but I will say that we do ask students to complete the FDS survey. It's their first destination survey. So we usually try to get students to start filling that out before graduation, but we're usually out at graduation asking them to fill it out, because this is helping us to get the information that we need to help answer questions like this. So on our website, there's actually a tab that says FDS survey. And if you click on that FDS survey, you can actually kind of just go and play around with it and see some of the data, especially if you're a data-driven person that likes to see the data. You can see some of that data, but know that it's based on the information that students are reporting to us. But definitely it's on our website. And again, it says FDS survey.
Yeah. And so thank you, Tiffany, for that. I've worked at a couple of different institutions, and that's the case really at any institution. We can't make students tell us if they're employed after graduation, and trying to get them to, and many of them may not have a job right when they're graduating, but do, within the next few months. And so it's hard then for them to rethink about coming in and giving that information. And then of course, we do have folks that go straight into grad school. We have folks that will take a year to go be out of school and explore and live life a little bit. And then we have folks going military and all sorts of other ways. So while it's certainly a great snapshot of the success that our students are having when they're graduating, going into the job market, it's really not a complete picture, because it's not going to capture all those going into the working force, and then those that aren't really captured then at all. So, but some really fun numbers to play around with and kind of see and all that stuff. So, yeah. So from Mrs. White, I missed some of this and see it's being recorded. Will the recording be posted later? And Krista, I may have to defer to you. Do we send this out to participants, or do we post it on our website?
I just chatted Brandon, and he said that it will be posted somewhere as soon as he gets edit access to this. So I'll download it and get it to Brandon. So we'll upload it here fairly soon.
Perfect. Yeah, great. So you should be able to access it after. Thank you for asking. And Diane, you said each college has a career office. That's where they should go, and as soon as go to these individual college offices.
So each student has a career and internship advisor. So each campus does have a Office of Career and Professional Development. So we do have it available here on the Statesboro campus where I'm located. We have it on the Savannah campus as well as our Liberty campus. And our online students also have access to our office. But each student has a career and internship advisor, and they can either go into Handshake to make an appointment with us, or not, that's where they go to make an appointment with us, is in Handshake. But our office is located in Statesboro, is located in the Williams Center. And I believe if they have not moved, I know they're getting ready to move in Savannah. It was Psalms Hall, and I cannot remember the Liberty campus where it's located there. But all of the information is on our website. And we also, I know I mentioned the resume critiques. During Monday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m., we offer drop-ins. So students can actually walk in just to have their resume critiqued. They can do the focus assessment that I talked about for those more in-depth conversations that students need or questions that they may have. Those can't be answered during our drop-in hours. They'll have to make an appointment with their career internship advisor for those things. But yes, every student has a career and internship advisor.
No, well, Liberty, you can find it easily enough because Liberty is one building. So finding the room will be pretty easy. But I will say, when you're just speaking about resumes, being a hiring manager and having, trying to navigate through the great resignation that we've been experiencing, I've read a ton of resumes, and I've seen some really great resumes, and then I've seen some like, oh, why, why is this on your resume? So I would say, if nothing else, I mean, that's so critical, because that's really your first introduction, that and your cover letter, into so many of the places that you're going to be working, that having one that's really well designed and really, points to your strengths and what you can contribute is so important. And sometimes I'm just like, man, I just want to send something back, be like, you need to go see someone in career professional development about this resume.
The thing is with our office, especially with the legislative internship program, but usually if students apply to our office, we hire career educators. That's what we call our student workers that work in our office to assist us. And then we have graduate assistants. But when students apply to our office as a service to our students, that's one of the things that we do. If they're not selected for a job with us, it may not always be because of their resume, but just as a service to them, we will, whoever the hiring person is, they will give their resume to their career and internship advisor and ask them to critique it and send it back to them. So that's just another way, that we like to give back to students. And then through Handshake, they can also upload their cover letter and resume to the Handshake platform. So if they don't have time to come in and meet with us, they can just upload it to that platform, and then we can email them back their critique with some suggestions that they can make on there. And then they can also apply for jobs within Handshake. So once they have their resume critiqued and approved, they can apply. Now they can do it without having their resumes approved, but as you just basically said, they want to present their best self. And so we definitely suggest that students have it critiqued before uploading it.
For sure. And one thing I would add to that, again, as a hiring manager, that so many jobs now require experience. And it's hard when you're graduating from college, you're like, well, how can I have had experience? Because I've been in college learning this content and growing and developing. But when we're hiring, and I'm speaking from obviously just Georgia Southern, but even outside, experience can be working while in college and in college jobs. And so speaking about hiring, you call them what? Career
and internship advisor.
Yeah. Yes. And so, having that, we have student ambassadors in our office or SOAR leaders. And so those are great opportunities for students to work on campus to get that experience that then can be carried on into their first non-school related job.
Ours are called career educators. I thought you were saying educators. I thought you were asking what was my title, but yes, our students are career educators. Yes.
Well, you could be a student, So, okay, we did get another question here. My daughter is a biology major, but is planning to go to pharmacy school. Woo. Do they have a person that helps with those types of internships and jobs to make her more attractive to pharmacy schools? Great question.
Yes. As I said before, every student, it doesn't matter what their major is, every student has a career and internship advisor that can assist them with their internship or job search. So yes, we definitely have one. For biology majors, we have some of us that are currently stepping in to help with that college because the person that previously worked in that position took a different position, but we recently hired someone else. They just haven't started yet. And so they'll be in the process of training and all of that for a while. So more than likely, whoever is currently helping with that college will continue to help through this semester. But yes, there's someone to serve with every single student that we serve.
Yes, and I'd say between academic advisors for pre-pharmacy as well as the faculty, if students, get to know them, they can, they're instrumental in writing those recommendation letters and helping, to network within those the areas that they're wanting to go into. So lots of opportunities there for sure. Great questions, everybody. Do we have any more? Tiffany, what's your most favorite part of your job working in career and professional development?
Oh my gosh. It's so hard. I absolutely love my job. People laugh at me all the time because they think that I'm really just putting on, but I really do love my job. I think I love more of the one-on-one interaction that I get with students because every student that I meet with is different. And so I meet students where they are. I get to know them. And then we have a conversation and just helping them through that process. That's what's most fulfilling to me is just actually knowing that I'm helping students. And then when students come back and they're just like, hey, you met with me before about this. Can you help me with this? Or just having one conversation with them and I can tell them about not just services that we offer, but connect them to other services that are on campus that they're not even aware of. So I really enjoy just helping students discover their purpose and help them find a way and create a plan on how to get there.
That's great. Thank you for sharing. Didn't mean to put you on the spot. That's a great response.
Oh, no problem. I always tell people I feel like part of my purpose in life is to help others discover their purpose. So this is the perfect job for me to do that.
Great. That's great. All right. Well, we haven't had any more questions come in the chat. So I think maybe we've exhausted our queries for this evening. And so just wanted to say thank you, Tiffany, for joining us tonight and providing that information and answering the questions. It's been a pleasure and learning more. I always learn something every time I interact with any colleague on campus about their department. So it's been wonderful. And then,
I do want to add one thing. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Just in case you're wondering, how do your student find out who their career and internship advisor is? I just thought about that. Definitely you can go on our website. We're all listed on our website, but if they go and handshake to make an appointment with us, their career and internship advisor and their grad assistant are going to be the only people listed that they can make an appointment with. Now, if they've recently changed their major and it hasn't somehow been updated through Banner and other places where all of the stuff need to take place in order for it to show up in handshake, they may not see the correct career and internship advisor, or they can call our office. So there are multiple ways for them to find out who their career and internship advisor is.
Great. Thank you. All right. And then Krista, I want to thank you for keeping me calm in this Zoom environment. I'm a Google Meets person, so this is kind of stressful, but hopefully it went off well. But I think the content was amazing. So thank you again. And thank you to everyone for coming tonight. And we will be making this available if you would like for your child that you're supporting to watch this, to learn about some information or share it with others that you know have children here that are navigating their way. So again, thank you so much. And Todd, thank you very much, very much for a shout out there. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, a great rest of your week, and we'll have a Zoom, another Zoom next month. So we'll be sending out information about that and hope to see some of you return there. All right. Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Good night.